Hey guys, it's Natalie here. I have a new phone, so I wonder how well that this phone is going to take video, because I've always had a stylo phone, an LG stylo 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. And I always loved that phone because I could be such a klutz and I would always drop it and it wouldn't break. So anyways, I had to get this cheapo phone for now. And I just got back to the RV, turned on my generator. We are parked in my daily spot for today. And I'm working, but I just decided to stop and have lunch and tell you about an experience that I had the other day. I sure wish I was looking a lot better than I am right now, but you know, when I have the feeling like I want to pick up the phone and make a video, I need to just do it because I just haven't had the feeling to do that lately. And so what recently happened is I was involved in a hit and run accident in my RV on the highway. And we're fine, obviously, and we're in the RV and it's not undrivable. And it was kind of really just a fender bender. But the woman who hit me, she was driving here in Georgia. There's an emergency lane. You're not really supposed to drive in emergency lanes. I think everybody knows that. But during certain times of the day, you are allowed to drive in this emergency lane. Well, this time of the day wasn't the time you're supposed to. And yet she was still there driving in it. And, sorry guys. So she was driving in it and I didn't even see her. I mean, nobody was driving in this lane. So I wasn't conscious of anybody being in that emergency lane. But up ahead, I did see a flatbed tow truck who was parked in the emergency lane under the bridge. And that's not uncommon. You see those tow trucks there all the time. So I did see him present. So my eye did catch that. Sorry, I'm getting a call. I'm going to dismiss that for right now. Anyways, so I did see that truck. And probably right at about the same time that I had focused on that truck, because he's on my right-hand side, my eye, and I'm almost up to the front end of my RV is right at the, I'm getting another call. Unless you're dying, I'll call you back. Was right at the end. I was almost towards the back of this flatbed truck that was in the emergency lane, and then this car, and I don't know how to explain it because it just came out of nowhere, came zooming so fast. Either one, she was gonna slam just head on to that tow truck. I'm sorry, I'm getting messages and phone calls. It's not important, but I just being bugged here for a minute. Sorry. Let me get back focused. Okay, so either one, she was going so tremendously fast. The highway is, the minimum speed on the highway is 40. The maximum speed is 65. In a car, everybody's going 70. It is what it is. But me, I was going 50. Because that's just what I'm comfortable driving my RV in. So I was going 50 miles an hour. I was in the slow lane, so I make sure that I don't bug anybody. And so she had to have been going a good 70, 75 miles an hour, because I didn't even see. This woman came out of nowhere, you guys. Scared the hell out of me. Because I haven't even been in this RV that long to have that experience, you know. So either one, she was going so fast, she was going to decapitate herself at the back of that pickup, the back of that tow truck. She had to have seen it, okay? She had to have seen it, right? And so she swerves in front of me really fast because she had to. There was no slamming on her brake. She wouldn't have been able to make it if she slammed on her brake. And so she clipped and hit the front driver's side of my RV. And so what that did was push me into the lane I was driving next to. I was probably pushed halfway into that lane, and there were cars in that lane. I don't know. I guess I just had some angels behind me, because there was not another accident caused. I'm actually amazed. There were semis all there. I was very lucky that I had control of my steering wheel in that way, that I could do that. So she did push me over in that lane. I did have to, I don't even know how to describe it, how you kind of go with the turn, but you got to bring yourself back really fast, but you got to do it under control. You can't just you can't do that. You consciously just have to do this under control, because you can't overcorrect. And in an RV as tall and as big as I am, the wrong overcorrecting can tilt me. I mean, it's a dangerous situation. And I just don't think she realized how dangerous that was to me and my family in the back of my RV. And we all have our seatbelts on. We don't always, I don't care if they're sitting in the back of the RV, but we wear our seatbelts. So we pull over to the side of the road, and she gets out. Now, I know this car very vividly because it's the exact same car that I drive. So I call 911, and she is on her cell phone. The second she gets out the car, she's on her cell phone. She did park and get out of her cell phone very fast, which tells me she must have been on her cell phone at the time that she was even pulling over. I didn't get on my cell phone until I was properly parked. I got off to the side of the road. I put my car in park, quickly composed myself, and I quickly and immediately got on the phone with 911. At that time, the officer, or the 911 dispatcher, she answers the phone. I tell her where I am, that we've just been in an accident. I read off the lady's license plate and description of her car. My generator just turned off. I turned on my generator because I wanted to cool off the RV and get my refrigerator cold. So that's some of the reasons why I stopped here for lunch, just to kind of get some things running. My generator just went off. I'm going to pause it. I'll be right back. Okay, I can't get my generator to stay on. I'm just so over it. That's why I just have not been making any videos. I'm getting very frustrated. Everything that's going on in this thing. Boy, let me tell you, that guy got me. When he sold me this RV, he got me. Anyways, this RV isn't worth half of what I paid for it. I've been told that a couple times now. Anyways, so maybe she should have totaled it. Maybe that would have been better if it was totaled. Because, anyways, so I'm on the phone with the 911 operator, and I'm giving the description of the lady, the description of the car, and her plate number. And something felt funny to me, because the lady did get out of her car, and of course I have to get out of the RV, so I have to go to the back and come back around. To which I was doing that, trying to get myself prepared, because obviously I'm in the RV. It was raining outside. I didn't have my jacket on, my shoes, or anything like that. So I had to get prepared to go outside, so I walked to the back. Now I have, if you've seen in a previous video, I do have a screen in the back, so you can't see the back of my RV, so I did have to walk through the RV to the back. And so I did that, and my daughter's kind of watching her through the screen, and my daughter says to me, and I told the 911 lady, I said, I have a funny feeling about this lady, so let me just make sure you got her plate number right. And I remember saying that on the call and repeating it. And so then I'm getting ready to head out, and my daughter's like, Mom, she's taking a picture of the RV. And I said, okay. Mom, she's driving away. And I'm like, what? So I go up to the front, and I look through the screen, and this lady has driven off. She has just driven off as if what had just happened was nothing. So I call 911. The police department did arrive. I did have an officer that clearly didn't want to do paperwork, and I love my police department, but you could tell he didn't want to do the paperwork on this one, because he was like, are you sure you want to do a report? Because if you file it with insurance, and this is going to be hard for you to resell. And I'm like, look at this. This is 1997. You think I'm worried about the price of a resale? And then he says, are you sure you want to press charges? Because a lot of people just say that they want to press charges at the time because da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, I don't understand. I wasn't really understanding the nonchalant of it all from the officer. She hit me, pushed my RV into another lane, then left and thought that that was okay. It's not okay. It wasn't okay in my book then. It's not okay in my book today. So I proceeded to tell him, and then he was like, okay, well, I'll write up a report, and he's giving me his card, and I'm like, there's a tow truck driver back there that was a clear witness of what happened. I said, I would really want you to, I mean, he didn't want to, but I said, I would really like you to get his name and number and have him as a witness to what happened. And he says, oh, these tow truck drivers, they don't pay any attention. He probably was on his phone or taking a nap or sleeping. Let me tell you, this officer did everything he could to get out of it. And I am not saying nothing negative. I get it. It was cold. It was rainy. He had to walk all the way back up the street. But at the end of the day, that was my right to do that. And that's what I requested. So he was very polite, but annoyed. I guess he just, I don't know, maybe he was just going off shift and he had to come take this call because it was a Sandy Spring. It was it wasn't the state patrol, which is who I thought was going to show up. So it wasn't the state patrol officers. It was the city. So, I'm sorry guys. I'm hungry. I didn't eat breakfast. And that's my problem is I'm not a breakfast person and I don't eat during the day and I know that I need to. And I usually only get one meal a day that I might snack on for dinner. So I really have a bad eating pattern. I got to try to fix that. So this would probably be what I'll eat today. And I'll probably finish the fries later on tonight because I never finish the fries in my Chick-fil-A meals. And I got a soda, which I don't typically do either. But like this last week, for whatever, I wanted this Coke Zero. I'm just crazy. And here's the thing. In my house, we never had sodas. I didn't buy pop. We didn't have it in the house. Sugary juices and stuff like that. I don't know what it is about this RV that's making me want to indulge in some things, but I need to rein that in real quick because this is getting ridiculous. I don't want to start and I can't do caffeine, so I can really feel this caffeine in my body when I drink it. I have to stop it because that's why I don't drink coffee. And that's why I only drink decaf teas. So I don't know what's going on with these sodas. But anyway, so the police officer writes that up, and of course I go about my day. Ever since that accident has happened, and I noticed driving off from that accident, so instead of going to the exit that I would normally have gone off, I got off at the very next exit because my steering is now wobbly. So when I push on the brake, I can feel my steering want to pull one way. And there's a lot of play in my steering wheel, a lot that was not there before. And so even driving at 50 miles an hour. So now I was on the freeway the other day. I was driving at 40 miles an hour because that's the minimum speed you can drive on the highway. And I didn't like that. I did not like that I couldn't control my steering wheel in that manner. And I don't know if it was because of this is an older RV and it just is not meant to have the steering wheel tugged and pushed on like it was. And I don't know that I can prove that that's damage that happened during the accident. Like her pushing me and me having to... You guys tell me what you think. Let me know if that even has any relevancy. I just know how it drove before and how it drove after. There's no damage. Let me tell you, this is a hefty little RV. So besides the scratches, you wouldn't think that I was in an accident. Even though she hit me the way that she did. So when I got out, I was expected to see a dent, maybe my bumper off. This thing is solid. It took that hit from her car and kept on pushing. But, tell me your thoughts. So anyways, a couple of days later, the detective called me, asked me if I still wanted to press charges, asked me to explain, and then some things happened inside the RV. My 5-gallon water bottle smashed to the floor, my clothing pole in the back ripped up. Guys, you just can't hit somebody and drive away, especially in an RV. But I know that some people just aren't educated with RVs and they don't know etiquette of driving with a large vehicle with semis. You don't just jump in front of a semi. or an RV. We can't stop as fast as you. And you are taught that in school during driver's ed. I don't know why people just neglect these things. And I've always been conscious of that, even before being in an RV. I'm a very polite driver. That's just how I am. So the detective called me. This is 15 minutes. This is getting way too long, you guys. I'm sorry. And so he talked to me, he talked to her, he called me back, and he told me that she is saying that I hit her. This is exactly what the detective said. Well, I just got off I'm quoting the detective. I'm kind of quoting, not word for word. But he said, I just got off the phone and the lady is saying and telling her whole family. Now, I don't know how he got this. She's telling her whole family bit. Like, who did he talk to say, this is what the lady's saying, and he's saying it to her whole family? So did he talk to her? A family member? I don't know. But she told them that I hit her and I ran off. She's saying that I was the hit and runner of it all. Okay. So anyways, I told him again, I repeated, I was like, she was, in the emergency lane. And he was like, he actually called me back, and he said after he told me what she said, he actually called me. He was like, did you say she was in the emergency lane? I said, yes, sir. I said she was trying to avoid the pickup truck that was parked in the emergency lane. And so he said, okay, let me call the witness. Well, at the end of the day, basically said, we're gonna, I'm gonna go ahead and charge her with the hit and run and whatever the charges, the neglect or whatever else. But really, I want her insurance number. And so what I thought to myself is, oh my goodness, what if this lady's not insured? And that's why she drove off. What do you think? What do you think? Why did she drive off? Anyways, that was just a story I wanted to share with you guys of my first and only accident in this RV. I drive with such heightened awareness that I am now overly heightened in an uncomfortable fashion, and I don't like it because I need to be comfortable driving my RV, and I think an overly uncomfortably fashion, you shouldn't drive like that. And I'm probably a little paranoid now, driving slower and more annoyed people passing around me because I don't trust them anymore. And I gotta let that go. But anyways, I wanted to share with you guys what happened. I'm going to have to get a dash cam because I need to videotape it. Clearly, I can see why people put these dash cams on their RVs, because semi-trucks and RVs are so susceptible. What's the word? Susceptible? I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. To bad behavior and bad drivers and inconsiderate. People don't want to be behind a slow vehicle, even though they're driving a proper speed limit and they're in the proper lane. I am in the slow lane. How can you be mad at me for that? I don't know. Anyways, I'm out, you guys. Please like and subscribe and share, but please like and comment. I'm not getting any comments on my videos or likes, but I'm seeing views. So please, you guys, take a second and just like and comment and just say hi. Tell me where you're from. Let me give you a shout out. Thanks, guys. Bye.